We took the decision as we decided that we should move in that direction, and the remission was a generalized remission. It was not specific to him. So when I took the decision, it was not specifically aimed at former President Jacob Zuma. It was a broad decision that affected many other people who needed a remission, and it was being done so that we can reduce the numbers of people in our prisons, because they are burgeoning at the seams. There are too many people in our prisons. So I don't regret that decision. And what is happening with the IEC case is what happens in politics, in state governance issues, and we handle it as we move on.
No.
The issue of Ekurhuleni was thoroughly discussed. The regional leadership of the ANC brought it to the officials, and it was thoroughly discussed by the organization. And we looked at the dynamics that exist in Ekurhuleni, and the overriding interest or focus that we had was the lives of our people. We were not interested in the politics, we were more interested in how we can improve the lives of our people and what impact we can have on improving the lives. And we were able to get the other parties to work with us to have an ANC mayor to be elected, Kagaza, who is now going to work together with the other parties to lead the process of implementation of our objectives, implementation of proper service delivery processes. And we are confident that now, with a mayor being elected and being installed unopposed, means that there is unanimity with regard to focusing on improving the lives of the people of Ekurhuleni. And that is our primary focus. Put aside the politics, we put aside the interests of our people and the ability of the municipality and the council to work together. Now, we believe that we have put together a very good equation that balances, that is going to deliver precisely that. With regard to the IEC is an independent entity of our state. And we've been very proud of the work that's been done by the IEC over the years, including now, that the IEC is able to consider matters very, very carefully, weigh up the various options. And with this case, I do believe that they've done precisely that. So no individual IEC councillor should be pointed out as having done this or that. It is the entire IEC commission that has taken the decision. And the decision is based, as I heard it and understood it, on bringing clarity to the law, so that the Constitutional Court, which is the repository of the entity that should interpret our law, so that they interpret the law and give clarity once and for all parties and for all time. So that is what has driven it. And I don't really buy this notion that the IEC is venturing into politics. The IEC is inherently non-political, it is independent, and we must defend its independence, just as we should defend the independence of our courts. In our constitutional architecture, we decided that there will be entities that will resolve disputes amongst us. And the courts, and now the IEC, which runs the elections, should be given the opportunity to do precisely that. Well, I've had a really good morning interacting with our people, together with the leadership of the province, as in the chair of the ANC and the secretary here in the province of Gauteng, as well as the regional leadership, Comrade Dada, who is the regional chair, and councillors and branch leaders. It's been a really good morning interacting with people in their homes, in the streets, just exchanging views and shaking hands. And it's been especially good to go into the newly constructed RDP houses that were constructed in the form of flats. And I was able to go into up to 5 of those, and I saw how those who've been given these houses and these flats are so elated. They were taken out of informal settlements, and their lives have changed overnight. They now live in a much more decent place, and this is how we seek to bring dignity to our people. And there's much more to be done, particularly in this area and all over the country. And I have now formed a firm view, which I've communicated with our Premier, that this is what we must now continue doing on a more massive basis, to roll out accommodation units like this, where we are able cost effectively to build flats and the type of accommodation that we are building now, as well as giving people sites, service sites, so that they can build. Now this is going to be the new wave as we move on, and to do it on a more massive scale, because we have seen that it works, and we're able to save costs, and we will also be able to manage very closely even those that are allocated either the contracts or the tenders that they should execute in this regard. So we will be seeking to do that. And I was also most impressed to learn about the ingenuity of a number of our people who receive government assistance. And one single example is getting to meet one of the women who's just started receiving her pension. And she takes a portion of that pension and goes and buys goods that she sells. And I was amazed to find that out of the 500 Rand that she spends to buy her stock, as she puts it, she's able to make 150 Rand a day. And if you take that into 20 days or 30 days of the month, it is quite a sizable type of income. And some people who get the 350 are able to double it and replicate it. So there's a lot of ingenuity, and all this is aimed at reducing poverty. I met a number of young children here as well, and all of them, as I asked them, do you go to school? They say yes. Do you eat at school? They say yes. How many meals? 2 meals. And this is the work that we've been doing, and we've continued to do since Nelson Mandela inaugurated these types of social programs. Now we are determined to continue building jobs, and here in Gauteng, our Premier has started the project Nasi Spani and the training that accompanies it as well. So it's been a very good morning, and it's good to see you all. With that, I don't know what questions you now have.